Hi everyone, let's talk more about the effortless black girl aesthetic, and today we're going to be defining it. So we've already discussed the effortless black girl aesthetic as it relates to hair, but I wanted to create a more foundational video to kind of cover the fundamentals of what this all means. So this video is all about the effortless black girl aesthetic as a whole, and I'm going to be breaking it down into the look, the mindset, the lifestyle, and the individuality. So we'll kind of start with the more superficial aspect of it and then go deeper into the more meaningful parts of it. Let's continue to have this conversation, and thank you all so much for giving me your thoughts and your feedback and for telling me how much you're enjoying this series. I have honestly dozens of more videos that I want to make on this topic, so I hope you'll stick around. Okay, so let's start with the effortless black girl look. What does the effortless black girl aesthetic look like on the outside to the naked eye? And I think that the visual look can be described in one word, which is effortless, of course, but another good word would be weightless. Free of anything that is so sort of gravitational that it holds us back, pulls us down, and doesn't allow us to enjoy whatever experience that we have in front of us. The effortless black girl look is defined by an unencumbered, weightless appeal. It favors comfort and functionality over being overly done and over the top. It favors a well-groomed appearance with a focus on ease of movement in the world. So let's talk really quickly about grooming, because despite the emphasis on comfort and easy, this aesthetic doesn't compromise on being well-groomed. When you are still put together, that's what's going to give you confidence to navigate the world and talk to people that you want to talk to and feel just good about yourself. So I'm not advocating that we roll out of bed and don't do anything to put ourselves together. That just wouldn't be who we are. There's being well-groomed, and then there's taking that so far that it's taking away from life, and we don't need to take away from our lives just to be well-groomed. So the effortless black girl look when it comes to hair avoids heavy, high-maintenance hairstyles, instead opting for light and airy hairstyles that allow easy and fluid movement. Again, it's about hair that isn't cumbersome and heavy. It's not hair that's gonna give us a headache, or hair that is just so heavy that we're gonna need to be like lifting it up because it's just dragging us down. So we trade these heavily gelled, heavily sleeked back looks that take 5 hours for light and airy styles that allow us to move more fluidly in whatever environments that we find ourselves in. In terms of clothes, the effortless black girl look favors outfits that are non-constricting and very practical. Outfits that give us the freedom to move. So we trade in these meticulously contoured, impractical clothes that often just honestly turn us into spectacles to be consumed rather than people to be enjoyed. We're able to let go of these notions of what is supposed to make us appealing in favor of what's going to make us fun to be around. And I think that we would even plan our days differently if we were more willing to dress in these ways. It really favors looks that liberate us rather than confine us. Now, I'm willing to wear some heels or something that's uncomfortable for sure, but I'm not gonna do it in a place where I'm trying to participate in an activity and where my clothing choices are going to hold me back. That is just not something that we want. The effortless black girl look includes style choices that are weather appropriate. So factoring in what's gonna be comfortable and practical for the temperature and the weather conditions outside. So we should consider, what's a comfortable hairstyle when it's 90 degrees outside? We're not gonna wear thick jeans in the middle of summer. I've seen that so many times, like these thick, really tight jeans when it's 100 degrees outside, because it makes our butt look good or whatever. It's not fun to be around someone who can't do anything just because we just want to show off one aspect of our bodies. And there's nothing wrong with highlighting your best features or what you perceive to be your best features. I celebrate that. I advocate for that. But not so much where it's like we're statues. We just become statues. Statues don't participate in the day's activities. They just sit there, they stand there, and we're better than being statues. How can I wear my hair in such a way that my whole day isn't just fixated on protecting a hairstyle versus rocking that hairstyle? The effortless black girl look has a preference for functionality. So some good questions if you're trying to achieve the effortless black girl look on any given day, ask yourself, will this be comfortable for what I have planned today? Will prepping this look create unnecessary stress or discomfort or add so much extra time to my day? And you should also consider whether the outfit is going to make you feel confident, because at the end of the day, you do want to feel really confident. So moving into the effortless black girl mindset, because honestly, sometimes you really do just want to do the most with your look. So if you're not able to carry the effortless black girl look on any given day, at least maintain the mindset. And that's what I'm gonna go over now. So the effortless black girl mindset is primarily one of participation. It starts with the fact that doing the most isn't worth me not having a good time or being able to connect with other people in a meaningful way. So if I'm gonna be overly done up, that's fine, but I'm still going to participate. Refusing to be the kind of person that is held back because of how you're dressed or what your hair is like. So if you're gonna have that overdone up look, just be willing to mess it all up if it means that you can have better connection with other people, your friends, your family, whoever you're going to be around, and whatever it is that you're doing. The effortless black girl mindset is about letting go of comparison to embrace individuality. Sometimes I honestly just feel like the baddie aesthetic, for example, is nothing but comparison, because it's like, I'm putting all this time and effort and money into this, I better be the best. So none of you guys are allowed to be better than me. And you already have probably experienced in your life the levels of tension that creates between people who should actually be relating to each other and celebrating each other. Oftentimes it doesn't happen that way, and it's because of this. And that comparison game is a dead end, because oftentimes those aesthetics are unreachable goals, because the people who are the best at it are rich or oftentimes not even black themselves. It can be entirely unattainable. And then we have to really ask ourselves, what would we be doing that for in the first place? The effortless black girl mindset is about adopting a new mental image of yourself. This might be the most important aspect of the mindset. People who put a lot of effort into manipulating everything about themselves into a certain look, they have only one picture of themselves. And every day they wake up and put in all of this work until they see that image reflected in the mirror. And oftentimes that mental image is not even really them. It's actually an amalgamation of what they see on the internet mixed with some of who they really are, and also including the preferences of whoever it is that they are trying to attract. So the effortless black girl, instead of seeing herself as this certain contrived image, she sees herself from the perspective of her likes and dislikes and passions and dreams. Because that is who we really are. Seeing ourselves that way, I think, is the true path to effortlessness, because being that person is the path of least resistance. That's the most effortless thing we can be, is who we are and not who we think we should be. There's this mechanical effort to being someone that we're not, or being someone that we're supposed to be. Being who we are, on the other hand, is life-giving. The effortless black girl mindset is about a boundary that you create for yourself, defining what we're willing to give up on to maintain a certain look or aesthetic. It really just focuses on maintaining our personal preferences and our activities that we love above the societal expectation of us. And there is so many societal expectations of us coming from literally everyone. Owning our lives and doing something only if it aligns with our personal desires and who we actually want to be and the person that we love. My favorite quote from Sex and the City is at the end of the first movie, where Carrie talks about the most significant and amazing and important relationship of all is the one that we have with ourselves. And if we can find someone who loves the us that we love, that's just amazing. And so that is what the effortless Black girl mindset is all about. Let's go of comparison to embrace individuality, having a new mental image of ourselves that allows us the freedom to think more so about ourselves from the lens of, we'll see ourselves more from the lens of our likes, dislikes, preferences versus, am I measuring up to this standard that is unattainable? That is the effortless Black girl mindset. All right, I'm really excited to talk about this next aspect. What does the effortless Black girl aesthetic look like in terms of a lifestyle? Well, the effortless Black girl lifestyle is firstly defined by simplified routines. So the effortless Black girl creates solutions in order to simplify her routine so that she can enjoy life more. I think the biggest area for us is obviously going to be hair, and I did talk about this in my last video, but the effortless Black girl does not spend 5 hours on her hair every single week, a full day on her hair, unless it is absolutely necessary. Simplified makeup routines. She's not needing to maintain lashes to the point of not being able to enjoy her pillow at night. Like, that sounds ridiculous, but these are things that we totally do. And I don't have an issue with wanting to maintain something that we add to our appearance. It just goes too far for us a lot of times. It does genuinely take away from the life that we're able to live. I've seen this with myself, with my friends, and I just don't think that we should have to live this way. Next, this one is huge. And I don't know how people will respond to this, but the effortless Black girl lifestyle is also about travel. And immediately I say that, and of course it's like, who has the money to be traveling all the time? But let me stop you right there. Because if you are coming from the baddie aesthetic into the effortless Black girl aesthetic, then honestly, you do have the money to take a little trip, because that aesthetic is extremely expensive to maintain. But if not, what I mean by travel doesn't necessarily mean going on lavish trips and kind of this like luxury idea. That's not it at all. But it's about being open to other people and cultures, because it makes life better. The word travel just represents stepping outside of what we know and getting comfortable in other settings. It means that we don't walk into a room looking to be different than everyone else or feeling this air of exclusion unless someone is my people. Celebrate who you are and connect with people who are in like your tribe, so to speak. But take trips outside of that so that you don't have to feel like a fish out of water when you're in a new place. I understand that sometimes people just don't want us in certain places, but don't let it also be a self-fulfilling prophecy by isolating yourself on top of that. So the travel aspect of the effortless Black girl aesthetic is about getting out of your comfort zone, plain and simple. I was raised by immigrants, but sometimes I feel like if you're socialized Black in the US, you're taught that you can't be flexible. You're taught that this is how we do things. These are the rappers that we listen to. These are the hairstyles that are acceptable. This is the food that we eat. And it's not easy to deviate from that, but we deserve to if it's what we want to do. So be connected with where you come from, but understand that connecting with other people and cultures is not a threat to your own. No one has the power to erase you and who you are and where you come from. So move past that. Move past that limiting belief of the past and embrace something bigger and more authentic to who you are. And lastly, the effortless Black girl lifestyle is about healthy food and healthy habits overall, but I really want to kind of focus on food. It's about not always feeling the societal pressure to indulge and eat lots of unhealthy foods because they're part of our culture. And the reason why this matters to the effortless Black girl lifestyle is because it's about being able to enjoy life more, and being healthy allows us to do that. I'm definitely not saying that you shouldn't eat your traditional foods. Like, you absolutely should. I do. But the effortless Black girl is not afraid to embrace moderation and change and alterations to create a culture of her own that gives her the fullest life. And of course, moving our bodies and working out to the best of your ability, that is so important too. If we are able to make different style choices and different hair choices and, you know, make changes to our look, then we can do more working out. It opens up that gateway to feel so good on a daily basis because our bodies are in motion, our heart rates are getting up. And I know that this just sounds like fitness girl, you know, hoo-ha, but it's not. Like, so many of us are held back and don't work out and don't move our bodies because, you know, it's not a huge thing in our culture. The effortless Black girl lifestyle definitely includes wellness and healthy habits that give us longevity. And lastly, just a quick little statement on individuality. The effortless Black girl's individuality is paramount. The more that you can embrace your individuality and turn down the noise of influences that don't actually seek to build you up, but rather want to templatize you and conform you, the more you let go of those things, the more comfortable that you're going to be in your own life. Think back to when you were a kid or to any time in your life where you felt like you could curate your existence for yourself. And maybe you've never even experienced that before, but this is what I am hoping we can embrace with this whole concept. Being an individual is crucial to whatever contribution we want to make in the world. It sounds so cliche, but only you can be you. And I think that in sharing about the effortless Black girl aesthetic and letting it be, you know, something that we build together, one of my goals and my hope is that we can stop falling in line and instead step out into our individual path and really just forge our own road ahead. I think that calling this an aesthetic, it sort of conjures up the notion of a certain image, but you know, that image is just a visual representation of the attitudes, habits, and practices that make the concept valuable. So if you don't want to abandon your more elaborate, done-up look in favor of something more simple, then at the very least, just consider how the mindset and the lifestyle could lead to an overall better existence for you. I have more videos to come. Some people have asked me about, well, how do I do this if I work in a corporate environment? I think they're talking more about the look. I have a video on that coming. A video on style. Like, I will be talking about this truly like for the foreseeable future because there are so many things I want to talk about. Please leave your comments and your thoughts down below, and let's chat more on Instagram. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.